I will say this, that suit was heavy as heck. I got the heaviest of the armors. That being said, I think mine looks probably, to me the best.
Thought you were the only knight in town?
Wow. I need to
Had to
get
have,
some of those.
had to have
Some
you in there
posters of
somewhere.
mine. Very,
Well,
who is that guy? Se travieso. Who
who's
is
that
that
guy? Who's that guy?
guy?
Some will recognize him from On the Block
Yeah. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Teen
How are
Wolf.
you? It's good to see you again.
Good seeing you too. Well, congratulations. I saw the movie, so now I know I can talk about
Awesome.
it.
Now we can
Because when
talk
we
about
talked,
all the cheese man.
yeah, when we talked at WonderCon, I hadn't seen the movie, so I didn't know.
That's right. No, I remember. I remember our conversation. That was a
Yeah.
great one.
Well, it's a great film to be in, and you get to have some fun because you have to do some stunt training, right?
Exactly. I had a lot of fun, a lot of stunt training alongside Andy Chang, iconically known for, all of his work with Jackie Chan, his work in Marvel. So, it was really quite an experience to work with him.
Yeah, he did a Shang-Chi, that bus stunt. That was great. That was awesome. I've
I
watched it
was
like four
literally telling
times.
somebody, I was like, I think Shang-Chi is literally my favorite Marvel movie. Literally, yeah. And I think Andy might have something to do with that,
Yeah.
that choreography.
Well, your castmates were all praising him because he's so
Yeah.
good and he does it, in a fun way. So there's a scene,
Yeah.
obviously we've seen in the trailer where you take on Seiya,
Mm.
and it's really cool because it's a mix of practical and kind of like CGI animation.
Yeah.
And the company behind it is I don't know how to pronounce it, Toei Animation.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They made Dragon Ball Z and they've done a lot of iconic animes, like One
So
Piece.
what was it like shooting? Because like I said, it's a mixture of practical, you're out physically fighting, but then they take it to another level.
It was my first time working with a green screen, so it was an experience, right? You're kind of like in some scenes you're looking at this like giant stick with like a tennis ball, and you have to imagine that it's like a fire or like this blast coming towards you. But no, it was a good experience. I had good people alongside myself to sort of guide me in the direction I needed to go in. And I will say this, that suit was heavy as heck. I got the heaviest of the armors. That being said, I think mine looks probably, to me the best.
Being objective, of course. Well, I was going to ask you about that armor because it looks hefty. I mean, it
It
doesn't look
was
like,
it was really heavy. Yeah,
plasticky.
I was one of the last to get casted in this film, so they didn't have like the sufficient time to make my armor out of the same
Mm.
ultra lightweight material that McKenyu's and Nick Stall's was made out of. So I was really in there moving with like 40 pounds of like metal iron steel on me. But like I said, that being said, like I liked my suit the most. Might be a little
Well,
biased, but
it did look awesome. You actually look like a knight, the actual like
I
what the
appreciate it.
medieval time knight
Yeah, yeah, I've been
right?
watching a lot of Viking shows, so.
And it's funny because you play the Phoenix knight, and you're working
Yeah.
with Famke Johnson, who was a Phoenix,
The
Dark
original
Phoenix in
Phoenix, the OG.
X-Men.
Yeah.
Did you guys bring that up on the set at all?
It was brought up a lot. Yeah, it was brought up more though on the press stuff that we've been doing. Yeah, everybody's like, so Vanka, you're the OG Phoenix. And then I'm there like, all right, sidekick Phoenix right here.
Now I didn't know. I learned all this at WonderCon that Knights of the Zodiac is really popular in Latin America. I didn't know that. Did you know that
Ooh.
going in?
I knew about it slightly, yeah, but I didn't really focus on that because that would have added a ton of pressure. But as soon as we wrapped up the movie and as soon as like little clips started coming out, I started to see, the Latin America and the audience and the fans and how much passion they have for this project. To them, this is like their baby, their child, right? So
And
now I know.
did you watch the animated version to get an idea or?
On the flight there, I watched as much of the anime that I could. Studying my character's behavior, the way he moved, the way he talked, his motives, what fueled him, and he has a very interesting past. If you watch the anime, you'll see exactly all the trauma that he's been through and exactly why he is the way he is. He's not just this superficial like villain, one-dimensional character. He has a past. He has a history, and that's what makes him who he is. I mean, that's what makes us who we all are, right?
Yeah, and I think we get a hint of it at the end.
Oh,
There's a
of
good
course.
tease for there's a setup. You're like, oh man, I
Yeah.
want to see that too.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we see a sequel and hopefully we'll get to introduce a little bit of Nero or Iki's past.
Yeah, because we see a little bit of this both sides. Like he wants to save humanity, but then he's doing things
Yeah.
that you're like, well, that's not cool,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean that what's the saying? With great power comes great responsibility. I mean, once you get a little bit of power, the lines between good and evil, they kind of vanish. So
And I forgot to ask, did you do any wire work at all?
yeah, I did. I did a ton of my first day on set. I was doing wire work. It's my first time on a like I said, on a green screen, and I'm strapped with wires. And they're like, all right, just throw one punch, and then on three we're gonna tug you back. And I was like, okay, but like you guys are gonna catch me, right? They're like, yeah, we'll catch you, yeah. So I throw the punch, I go flying, and I land on a mattress. And I was like, oh wow. But it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Oh wow. So what they did was they shoot it practically and then they add all the cool CGI, kind of like the colors and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Of
And of course we have to talk about Latinos representing. Nice to see
course.
you here in this
Yeah.
new film. So for you, what does it mean to represent?
I mean, look, I've said it time and time again. This is such a big project, not just in my career, but I think in this industry, it's always awesome to see representation, right? Coming from immigrant parents, my father being Mexican, my mother being Ecuadorian, being able to portray an iconic superhero, right, on the screen. If there's anything I hope that is taken from this movie, from myself playing this iconic character, is I hope that young Latin kids see this project, they see my face on the screen, and they're like, you know what, man, this guy did that. Let me go make my own business. Let me go be a CEO. Let me get some sort of inspiration. Let me go become a studio exec or a producer in Hollywood. And that's the goal, right? I mean, Latinos, they make up like 50% of the movie audience, right? You go to any movie, any big franchise, it's mostly carried by Latino audiences. We're everywhere in the theater, pero no estamos en la pantalla grande. Where are we?
Mhm.
And that being said, I think we are making progression. I think more and more projects are being inclusive, and we are honoring, that. So I'm not going to say that no progress has been made, because that's false. Progress has been made, but now being Latino in the industry within, I'm going to make more progress. I'm going to open up more doors, and that's all we can really do. Just
Yeah.
keep going and do it together. Porque juntos somos un poder.
Yeah, and I like in the film, it's colorblind. It doesn't matter like the shade of your skin. It's all, it's
Absolutely.
the story that matters. You don't have to
And
point out why is he darker skinned than the other guy? Like it doesn't
oh,
matter.
of
That's what I
course.
like
And
about the
and
story.
and look who we have. We have McKenna, a Japanese lead for this project. You don't see that too often. McKenna is a very talented actor, very professional. He's got a bright future, and now we get to inspire not just Latino kids, but we get to inspire young Japanese kids. So it's huge. It's a very it's a nice project, and I'm honored that this is my first movie, and I can't wait to do more.
Oh, we can't wait to see you in more and maybe some Knights of the Zodiac sequel. I would love that.
Let's go. I'm down. Let's do
All
it.
right.